Hello and welcome back to the 16th episode of my Pokémon Emerald Catch Everything playthrough. We're back in Rustboro. We made our way over from the Sandstorm area and we're going to be heading up here into the Devon Corp. We've got one thing to do before we take on Norman's gym. So if we come down here and speak to this guy, he resurrects fossils that we find. And we have a fossil to give him. It takes a long time apparently, so we need to go for a walk, which literally just means go down these stairs and back up, and it should immediately be ready for us to take, and it should be a Lileep. And there we go, so we catch our first Pokemon of this episode, and likely our only Pokemon of this episode, which is a Lileep. And I did clear out space in my party beforehand, so we can have a quick look at it. Yeah, level 20, pretty fine Pokemon. I quite like Cradley, but it's nothing to write home about really. So now that's all we've got to do in Rustboro, so I will head over to the Petalburg gym. We are now over here in Petalburg, ready to take on the Null gym, and here's how our team's looking. So I've got out the Survivor and the Electrike, which we used for breeding when we were getting this Electrike. So hopefully we won't be using these two, but it's good to have them as backup because they are pretty high levels. And Electrike would actually be a Manectric, but it's pretty quick anyway. Combustion's probably going to be doing most of the work in the gym, just because it is a fighting type, but hopefully we can get some experience on Crobat as well. So I'll probably lead with Crobat for a while, until it gets to level 33, and then I'll switch to Combustion or Gardevoir. Yeah, and we've still got the XP share on Electrike as well, so this is the Electrike we're using, and this is just another one I had lying around. There are 8 trainers to fight in the gym, as well as Norman. The way this works is the minimum you can do is 3, so there are kind of 3 layers of rooms, and each door opens up other rooms basically by fighting a trainer. So if we come in here, this is the speed room. The gimmick of this gym is basically that all of the trainers will use some sort of item or some special thing, so moves that can't miss, for instance, and that's kind of the gimmick of the gym. But yeah, so if we come into here and we start fighting the speed trainer, I think the likelihood is they will use an X speed and also use a speedy Pokemon like Swellow, and it's probably a good thing we didn't lead off with Combustion, because Swellow's wing attack would have done quite a lot. Not that our Bite is doing a huge amount. I suppose I should be using wing attack, I don't know why I'm using Bite. But it did get a flinch off, so I guess that's a good enough reason. And we'll see how much this does, and not too much. We are pretty decently leveled for this gym. I believe the highest level we're going to face is a level 34 Slaking, which is pretty terrifying, but we should have enough to get through. And as you can see, once we defeat that, it opens up the next 2. But I am going to want to fight all the trainers in this gym, because if we don't, we lose the XP basically. I do want the XP, especially for Electrike, which is still pretty useless until it evolves into a Manectric for us, but gradually the XP share is going to be levelling up quite a bit, and it won't be too long before we have Sludge Bomb and Crobat as well, which will increase its damage output quite a lot. Shockwave may do a decent chunk, but Delcatty is pretty bad, so hopefully not too much. Yeah, Delcatty is awful, and I'm going to Bite to try and stop it using a full restore. That actually did too much damage, so yeah, I do still have the black glasses on Crobat, which does make that a reasonably powerful move. And hopefully we get a crit or something. And that does look like a higher roll, so maybe we can 2-hit kill this time. And we just miss out. Crobat's taking a bit of a beating, even though Delcatty is terrible. We get a crit, unfortunately, rather than us critting them, but we will leech life to get back 1 HP, I'm sure. And I could go and heal after this, but I think I'll just switch to using one of the other Pokemon. So I guess I'll just switch to Gardevoir for now. And I'm kind of anticipating using Combustion quite a lot in the later rooms anyway, so. So this is the first room of the second tier of trainers. Basically it goes 2, 3, 2, so there's three trainers on this tier, and we can fight any one of them, but and we do trace Truant, which is not particularly useful. I guess I'll just Psychic and then switch out after I've killed this. And that does one-hit kill. Gardevoir's Psychic is, I think, our most powerful move by quite a long way at the moment. So thankfully we just wiped that out. And rather than go into the final tier, I'm going to come back out this way and go in this way, into the defense room. Take on this trainer. I may regret not getting more XP on Combustion, but we shall see. Wigglytuff is pretty bulky, especially I think. So this may well take a Psychic, but hopefully it just goes down in 1 hit or 2. Not quite enough to kill it, but maybe this double edge will kill it with recoil. And it does not, which means we're probably going to get a heal. Yeah, so I can't mind, so that the next one does enough. And given that it's the defense room, it seems a bit silly that it uses a recoil move, but there we go. It's Game Freak logic, I guess. And down goes Wigglytuff. So that was did a decent chunk of damage to us. Gardevoir's physical defense is not particularly amazing. And that was a stab 120 base power move, so, you know, maybe not too surprising. But now if we come out here, this is the... oh, we've already beaten him. But if we come into here, this is the confusion room. So this may be a bit frustrating if Gardevoir cannot manage to one-hit kill. I perhaps should have switched to Blaziken or Combustion even. Yeah, Spinder, I think we should be able to knock that out in one, but maybe not, we shall see. Spinder is not a particularly good Pokemon, and we get a crit that I don't think mattered, but we'll take it anyway. And that is, there are now just 2 more trains to fight, so I'm going to switch to Combustion to hopefully get a level from these trainers so that we can go into the final fight a little bit stronger. So we get a reference that the leader is our father, so we will be defeating Norman before too long, I'm sure. And Zangoose can be pretty scary, like it's quite strong, but we should hope, especially with a +2 sword stance, we should hopefully be able to kill it in 1 hit with double kick. And we get a crit, so it actually wouldn't have killed, so that's a pretty lucky crit. Surprised at how little that did actually. So thankfully we do get through the Zangoose, and there's now 1 more trainer to fight, and then I will go and heal up and we can take on the gym leader. And the final cool trainer uses a Vigoroth. So Vigoroth is the mid form between below Slaking and above. I'm completely blanking on what the name of that Pokemon is, but the small one that you catch in Petalburg Forest and has Truant. This one does not have Truant. It has we'll use Ember just to weaken it, I guess, and maybe burn it. This one has Insomnia, so it's the kind of polar opposite. adolescent phase of Slaking where it suddenly has lots of energy, and this may crit. Slash does have a high crit ratio, so that is a bit scary, but thankfully we managed to get through it anyway, and we are now done with all of the gym trainers, and other than getting Electrike a couple of levels, we haven't gained too much here. I'm now ready to go into the final room. So if we come through here, yeah, there is the gym leader Norman, our dad, so I'm going to save and heal up, and then I'll come right back. I'm all healed up, and I have saved, I think. Maybe I haven't, but I'm not going to if I haven't, because I won't reset if we lose. I just looked up, and the Slaking is actually level 31, so slightly lower than I thought, but it does have a citrus berry. This is quite a difficult fight, notoriously. Slaking is very, very powerful, and will kill you can kill you in one go. It also has counter, and it has yawn, so it has lots of things to be very annoying, as well as incredibly high base stats. It does, however, have Truant, so it can be stalled out if you use Protect. That's quite an easy way to beat it. But a lot of his other Pokemon also have some quite scary moves, so Psybeam isn't too bad from Spinder because it's quite weak, but it does also have Encore and Teeter Dance, which can both be quite annoying if you do wish to set up, like I did with Bulk Up. I am, however, hopefully just going to be able to kill this now, and then there's also a Linoon with Belly Drum, which can be quite scary, and a Vigoroth with Encore again, which can be quite scary, and Slash, which can obviously crit, and Facade, so if you did want to kind of Toxic Stall it out or something, you might have some trouble with that. Thankfully we do take that pretty easily. I'm not sure, I think I'm going to set up once more on the Linoon, because hopefully then we should be able to Super Potion or Hyper Potion against the Slaking and tank one hit. And if we do that, so if he does Belly Drum and he's faster, which is actually really scary. I don't have Quick Claw or anything on Combusken. I don't know, I mean Crobat's definitely faster, so I'm not too worried, but this may kill even at +2 defense. Yeah, it does, so I should not have used that Bulk Up, and now this is actually quite scary. I think Crobat should be able to kill with Wing Attack, probably, and then I can switch out into, and then I can Confuse Ray the Slaking. This will probably kill. Oh, no, it does not. Well, I shall reclaim. Oh no, I should not have used Leech Life. My brain switched off completely about Hyper Potions then. That's quite frustrating because now we have a full health Linoon pretty much, and no way to get rid of it very easily. And this Headbutt will definitely kill. Yeah, down we go. So I guess it's all up to Gardevoir now. I do have some revives, I'm pretty sure, so I'm not overly worried, but you can see that this can be quite a tough fight, not just because of the Slaking, but this Linoon can do some damage as well. And I'm trying to decide what I want to do against this Slaking. I think the best thing to do may just be to I can either double team or I can just Psychic, and I think the guaranteed damage of Psychic is probably my best bet. I think I can take one Yawn's quite annoying, but I may just wish to, yeah, I'm just going to switch out to, I guess, Electrike. And I don't really want Electrike to get the XP from this, but I am going to now, I'll revive. I've only got one revive, that's a bit scary. I guess I'll revive Combusken, because Double Kick should do more damage than anything else. And now I will switch back to Gardevoir, annoyingly, Electronic will get the XP from this if I do it this way, unless I switch it in to tank something. So if I Psychic here, this should knock it down to its Citrus Berry, and then it will obviously heal up. Oh, I used Trace Truant. That's incredibly bad. I'm just gonna accept Gardevoir going to sleep then. If I'm only going to be able to have Truant when I fight this thing, I might as well let it take the damage. I don't know if that makes sleep more powerful if I can wake up on a turn I'm loafing around or not, but we shall find out. And Slaking is thankfully just spamming Yawn. And we do wake up and hit it with a Psychic, so hopefully this knocks it out. And we get a crit, which I think probably mattered. It may well have lived on kind of 1 or 2 HP without that, so yeah, that's all done. And we've defeated Norman. Got a little bit scary with the Linoon there, but all in all, we managed to get through it pretty easily. And we get told to go and see Wally's dad, I think, about the TM or the HM Surf, or maybe Wally's dad comes and finds us, I can't remember. And we also get Facade, which we may well be using on one of our Pokemon later in the run, which might be a slight hint, but not really. For our final team member, I think it will be our final one. Yeah, and Wally's dad does come and grab us and takes us out the gym, so thankfully we don't have to go back through all those doors. And now he gives us the HM for Surf. So this opens up quite a lot for us. I will show on the town map quickly. So obviously it opens up quite a lot of the sea routes that we've so far avoided. So all of this, Route 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, that's all now open to us. There's also this little bit here, but I don't think there's anything to see there. And then of course it does also open this patch east of Morville. So that kind of opens up the rest of the game for us. So that's obviously good, but the first things we will be doing are picking up some of the items that we can now access in Petalburg and around, and then next episode we'll take on all of those sea routes, I think will be what we get up to. I am going to now, I will heal up in a second, but first I want to deposit some of our Pokemon. This is our box of electronics. I should really release some of them because I need the PC space more than I need anything else. So the first thing we're going to want is Zigzagoon. So I guess we'll take that, and then we might as well get rid of Seviper as well and replace Seviper with our egg to use. Yeah, so we picked up our egg, and I could just hatch the egg by cycling back and forth, but I think I'll just let it go passively. I need to heal up, but we're not going to be fighting any trainers here, so first thing to do is to teach Surf to Zigzagoon, which is why I got Zigzagoon back out. It's really annoying Zigzagoon can't learn Strength, because it would be, I mean it's a pretty good HM save anyway, but it would be even better, I guess, we'll keep Headbutt and teach it to Surf. And so with that we can now head up here for the first of the items that we're going to be picking up, which is a Max Revive, which would have been helpful in the gym, I suppose, although we did not end up actually needing to revive Combuskin. So now if we come down here, there is one more, or actually two more items. There's one hidden item and one visible. I think the hidden one is a rare candy, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So we pick up one of those, and then if we come to the left here, we get an ether, So that's a PP restore item, so that could come in handy a bit later on in the game. And so now I'm still not going to go heal because we are going to go and visit our mother. So if we come over here, we're now back into Oldale Town, and we can go up this way as a shortcut back to Morville. We are not going to be taking that route, but we are instead going to be coming down here and back to our house. So if we come over here and speak to our mum, now that we've beaten Norman, our dad, we can actually get an item from her. And we get the amulet coin, which we're not going to be using immediately, but that will be pretty handy when we want to farm some money later in the game. And now we will rest up and heal, and that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode, as I said, we will be taking on those sea routes. There's also a couple of things to do in Dewford as well, so we can we can get all of that done. So that's going to be it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time.